Today, I will be uncovering the secrets that have generated my clients literally hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales for their e-commerce businesses. Now, what I'm about to show you are the lowest hanging fruit that you can implement into your Klaviyo account and get insane results from. Let's jump into it. First of all, you'll need to have the core basic flow set up within your store. Another lowest hanging fruit would be to be sending weekly campaigns, but more importantly, sending these weekly campaigns to highly engaged segments. And lastly, ensuring that you have a high converting pop-up form that converts 8% of your traffic or more into leads. I cannot stress this enough. You need to do this if you want to scale quickly, but more importantly, scale profitably. From my experience of scaling stores through Facebook ads, email marketing, and things like that, it's incredibly hard to stay profitable without a strong email marketing system to really retain your customers, unless you have really strong organic followings and organic streams of traffic. To date, every single multi-7-figure brand that I've worked with that is profitable and not VC backed have had a bulletproof email marketing system backend to retain their customers, turning their first-time buyers into repeat purchasers. Now, if you get absolutely nothing from this video, I just want you to understand that if you're generating less than 25% of your monthly recurring revenue through emails, you are doing it wrong. And if you want to get yourself on the right track and remain profitable through scale, book in a call with me down below and we'll get that fixed for you as soon as possible. So when it comes to your core flows, these are the 3 top performers from what I've seen after managing literally dozens of accounts. Your top 3 performers will be your welcome flow, your abandoned checkout flow, and your post-purchase upsell flow. When it comes to your welcome flow's performance, it actually really depends on the ability of your pop-up form to convert your web traffic into leads. If done right, your welcome flow should at least be in the top 2 in terms of revenue generating flows. And this is what we really help our clients get nailed down and dialed into the nth degree. The next flow in line is your abandoned checkout flow. This is again a really important flow, simply because the amount of people that initiate checkout, put in their email address, and then just bounce is incredibly high. This flow will ensure you pick off the low-hanging fruits from that and are able to convert a higher percentage of your initiated checkouts into actual customers. This becomes really important, especially when it comes to first-time buyers, as once you get them as a first-time buyer, they're 500% more likely to buy from you again, which is basically just profit in your pocket, right? In terms of these 2 flows, the welcome flow and your abandoned checkout flow, it could easily represent 30 to 40% of your total revenue that is being generated from flows. So it's really important that you get these 2 dialed in as quickly as possible for your business. And lastly, a really deadly flow is actually the post-purchase upsell flow. As I mentioned earlier, a person that has already spent money with your business once is 5 times more likely to buy from you again. So this post-purchase upsell flow is essentially going to turn a bunch of first-time buyers into repeat customers. Super important that you have this dialed in. You see, where most people go wrong with this flow is they really just use post-purchase flows as a way to thank the customer and making sure that they're getting their products all right and things like that, without paying too much attention to retention. This is where you can really easily make it rain for yourself and convert most of your customers into VIP customers. So basically anyone who has spent above a certain threshold with your business. Again, super important that you don't neglect this, and the caveat to this and the thing that I really want you to focus on is sending to highly engaged segments. Where most people go wrong is they do weekly newsletter blasts to literally everyone in their list, right? And what happens is, you get around 5 to 10% open rates, barely any conversions, and your deliverability goes down the toilet. 3 problems here, right? You kill your deliverability rates, really low conversion rates, and super low open rates as well. Instead, try sending to highly engaged segments, so basically people that have already shown interest in your brand through either their behavior or interactions with their email, or maybe they're just already customers of yours. This way you can really hone in your messaging and make sure that the content you're serving is actually relevant to the person reading it. This is super important, so please don't sleep on this. And lastly, a high converting pop-up form. This is a huge mistake. Not only will it decrease the conversion rate of the pop-up form, but also increase the bounce rate of your site. A pop-up form is designed to grab attention, it's designed to be intrusive to the user experience. So in terms of the journey of a typical web visitor, this is what it looks like at a higher level. When they first land on your site, they're just exploring what you have to offer. And after a while, they might take interest in your product and then look at product pages, maybe add a few things to cart and things like that. But they're generally speaking still browsing, reading reviews, reading descriptions, maybe Googling somewhere else about reviews about your brand and things like that. This is where you want to hit them with the pop-up form offer. The reason why you don't want to do it at a later stage, maybe when they've added everything to cart, maybe when they've initiated checkout, is just because that late in the customer journey, they're not really going to be swayed by a 10% off discount, for example. However, earlier on when they're just looking at the products, they might be really interested because one of their objections might just be a price objection. So after they enroll into your pop-up form, what happens from a psychological perspective is they have already committed to buying from you guys. So what we've seen is, implementing a high converting pop-up form alone has increased the site conversion rates for our client stores. The purpose of a high converting pop-up form is literally to reduce the friction between a web visitor and becoming a customer. So if you really want to get your email systems dialed in and generating more than 30% of your monthly recurring revenue through emails, book in a call with me down below and we'll see if we can fix that for you.